wouldn't it, Blanche? I mean, Reagan's only responsible for half the problem. I have to write to Gorbachev, too.
Rose, honey, you can't be serious.
Dorothy, I'm taking my troop on a camp out in 2 weeks. I don't want this nuclear nonsense spoiling our fun. A well-written, thoughtful...
Alone. Yeah, but we could... Hi, Ma. Hey, how'd you like to have... Oh, come on, Ma. That was 3-4 months ago.
I didn't. Oh, Thor, I have a confession to make.
No, Rose. I have a confession to make. Please. It has taken me 9 years, ever since I heard Charlie passed away, to get up the nerve to say this. 9 years to build up...
Maybe.
You know, I think he's just nuts enough to actually turn up at the wedding tomorrow.
You're a furry little gnome, and we feed you too much.
Oh, Dorothy, good, you're here.
Nectarine. That's so sad.
Not sad. Life. Sad is when you have to mash the nectarine with a fork.
It's a shame. Sophia has nothing constructive to do anymore. She needs something to make her feel. I have a feeling you and I are going to be the best of friends.
Rose, there's something we need to talk about. It's about you and Daddy.
I know it seems like a crazy match. A college professor and a farmer's daughter. But somehow what we have together seems to work.
Rose, it's only been a year since my mother...
Honey, why don't you stay here? You can share my room. It's certainly easier than arguing with her, right? I'd like you to meet my 2 dearest friends. This is Rose,
Hello.
Blanche.
Hello.
My sister, Gloria.
Welcome to Miami.
Oh, well, thank you.
Oh, Gloria, Sophia's told us so much about you.
Excuse me, would you like to buy a flower?
Beat it, Frodo! And while you're at it, get a job, get a suit, and get on your knees and beg your mother's forgiveness. You talk to your mother, put that in a letter to your father, how sassy you've gotten since menopause.
You haven't mailed that letter to your father yet?
Once more, I am not going to mail it. I am just writing this to get the anger out of my system. You know, I know Pop loved me.
Gunilla gets a catalog. And Ilsa, the girl who could make bad food good.
Look, Rose, if you don't do the part, there won't be any play. Now, this is a project that I care about deeply, but I don't want you doing it for my sake.
In the end, anyhow, what's it matter?
Yeah. I mean, what does it matter? If you know that you're going to end up dying anyway, you might as well do what you want to do.
Like having ice cream on the chocolate cake.
You know, I knew someone who went to this fabulous restaurant in Paris and just had watercress for lunch.
Sal, what the hell are you doing here?
Hey, relax. I'm not really here. I'm just a Fig Newton of your imagination.
Oh, Sal, it's been so long, I've forgotten how much you used to like Norm Crosby.
So, how are things?
How are things? Sal, I wish you could, but my mind's made up. My baby needs me.
What about me, Ma?
You've always been able to take care of yourself. You don't need me. All right, what about me? You were always strong and independent even before I got here. You don't need me.
What about me?
You need the Wizard of Oz.
In the charm of a Cary Grant.
I'm not surprised. The woman drinks grain alcohol out of a measuring cup.
Here's the tea.
This is just hot water.
Good evening, Father. My, this must be an important cause. Don't you usually make the nuns ask for money? out?
Well, I'm feeling pretty tired. Maybe I just shouldn't go.
Wait a minute. You're deliberately trying to get out of going.
To tell you the truth, I think I'm a little afraid.
Afraid of what?
Afraid of looking stupid.
Oh!
I think this whole thing is wrong. I mean, we're going to this reunion and deceive.
This is the prettiest outfit I own. Then you tell me I don't look very good in it. Now, which one is the truth?
Both. But look on the bright side, honey. How often do you get out of your robe on the weekends?
I finished loading the cartons into the car.
Oh, thank you, Daisy, darling.
You know, it's very sweet of you to give up your Saturday
Time. No, you can't put it in brownies. I said no reefers, okay? Goodbye.
You know, Sophia, the problems you're having at work remind me of something that happened back in St. Olaf.
Please, dust reminds you of something back in...
You're gonna take all the guff I got and you're gonna like it.
All right, everybody, now shut the hell up. I'm in charge here. From now on, everyone listens to me.
Why should we listen to you?
Because I happen to be the most decorated pioneer scout in the history of northern Minnesota. I can build a 100-foot rope bridge.
Come on, a movie will cheer you up.
What are you seeing?
Nightmare on Elm Street 4.
You have to see 1, 2, and 3 to appreciate it.
No, Rose, it stands alone.
Hi, everybody.
Jenny!
Jenny, what are you doing home from school?
Yes, we have. I'm sorry, but my travel agent said it would be easier if we prepaid everything.
Believe me, it is.
What do we do now?
We have no choice, so we have to stay.
Oh, goody! Now, look, ladies, you need anything, anytime, day or night. You call me.
Well, we can't. The phone is dead.
Well, there's plenty of stations.
That bull would have been jealous.
I just wish somebody could tell me I've done the right thing with
Yeah,
Michael.
you've done the right thing. Rose, tell me more about Charlie. Offered us a drink. That is, until one of the truckers noticed my wedding band. Well, I was so stunned I couldn't speak. But Becky Sue spoke right up. She said, "Oh, that's all right. She's a widow."
Oh, Blanche, you poor baby.
I know. You can bet the next time I decided to party when George was out of town on business, I left that wedding ring at home.
Did I say there was a problem?
Well, you said you wanted to talk about it.
Well, I mean, can't one have a discussion without there being a problem?
Well, I thought maybe you were feeling guilty.
Guilty? I have nothing to feel guilty about. I am having the time of my life. I just wanted to, say it out loud. But listen, honey, don't mention...
Tonight he wanted to do something extra special.
Blanche...
I can just hardly wait.
Blanche...
Dorothy, if you're about to tell me that Floyd called and canceled, I don't want to hear it.
He called.
Oh, this is the last straw. This is it. I don't care if Floyd McCallum does own the most successful pet neutering business in Greater Miami. As of this minute...
Lorraine is kind of black.
Kind of black. What does that mean, kind of black? I mean, that's like being kind of Spanish. Either you are... It's a scary story, Rose.
Well, why don't they call me? I want to get this over and go home.
Rose, come here, honey. Come here, we need to talk.
What, Blanche?
Well, this is the kind of thing I tend to keep to myself, but I want you to know. I got tested, too, so I know what you're going through.
Ma, I'm really surprised at you. When I was a little girl, you told me how much it meant to you when you came here to America for the first time. Do you remember what you thought of when you first saw the Statue of Liberty holding up her torch of freedom?
I was amazed.
You see?
I was amazed that women in this...
Devereaux doing laundry for a man?
Not just any man. Rex Huntington.
Oh.
Rex Huntington? Isn't he the guy who stood you up last week?
Well, yeah, he did, but I happen to like the man, so I'm giving him a second chance.
That was his second chance. He stood you up the week before that.
You're enjoying this, aren't you, darling?
Most important man in my life. But as much as I cared about him, I can't help but care about you, too. You're like a sister to me, and I can't throw that away. So, I forgive you for being a moralless, emotionally needy
There are days when I can't remember who I am. But trust me, I remember every stunt you ever pulled. That's how I got half the gray hairs on this 85-year-old head.
Honey, you're 89.
Caffeine, especially women our age, or our bones will get brittle and we'll walk all stupid.
That's calcium, Rose. Calcium, not caffeine. This is what has been keeping you awake.
You mean if I stop drinking that, I can sleep?
You may even blink again.
Not to give her anything too demeaning.
Here it is. Should I read it to you and massage your feet like I did this morning?
No, why don't you just be a good little Diedenfrugen and keep your mouth shut?
Now, I've heard that there's an article in here about Mario's winning the contest.
Oh.
Oh, my God.
I swear I will. Too much pressure. Moving on. Okay, here's another good one. Recent widower seeks widow. I am handsome, intelligent, and possess great style. I'm also incontinent, but have learned to laugh about it. Well, that's a keeper.
Sorry, Miles, I didn't mean to disturb you.
Oh, it's quite all right.
Oh, I just had to get away from all those men in there, all demanding my attention.
Well, I understand.
I mean, all those guys, they're just hanging on my every word.
Golly, that must be annoying.
Not really. Where's Rose?
I never understood why people throw rice at weddings anyway.
Because tomatoes leave stains.
Could I talk to you two ladies in the living room, please? I have Sophia has men chasing her, and I can't even get one to write me a letter.
You want Willie, you got him.
What's wrong with him?
There's nothing wrong with him. Okay, so he's 90. He has the profile of a tom turkey, and his butt hits his heels when he walks. He thinks he can pull it off because he wears an ascot and a joint.
Dorothy, honey, sit down. Pacing isn't gonna help.
I just can't stop thinking about Ma.
Look at that! Perfect! 98.6.
Yep, that's what it looks like to me.
Opened up to me this way and poured out such crap.
Didn't buy any of it, huh?
Not true. I believe you're scared. You know, you've just discovered something most of us have known for years. That life doesn't always turn out exactly the way you like. Rose, tell me, how long have you been standing here?
Dorothy, I heard you talking to that little mouse. It was beautiful.
I wasn't talking to a mouse.
Yes, you were. I saw you.
I was kidding.
Oh, Dorothy, it's nothing to be ashamed of. There are only a few of us privileged to have the gift of communicating months. Well, nobody could believe their eyes. Olga Fetchik had turned into a stunning beauty. Every man in town wanted her, and she ended up marrying St. Olaf's most handsome and eligible bachelor, dance instructor Adolf Stepp. The two of them moved back to Norway. Dr. Elliot Clayton has bonged every female member of the country club. Can you let that happen to Dorothy? Can you let that happen to little Mei Ling? Hasn't she suffered enough?
Not as much as I have listening to that story.
Forget this. It wouldn't hurt either.
You know, Ma, I hate to admit it. I had fun this afternoon.
I'm glad to hear that, Pussycat, because the Shady Pine Circus is coming up. You're not afraid of fire, are you?
Shut up and put your hair on.
Yes, dear. Wendell, if I may call you Wendell, did I mention the fact that I'm a member of the Rainbow Coalition?
Oh.
Mr. and Mrs. Bornak, may I remind you that as an employee of the Internal Revenue Service, it is my sole obligation to see that the government gets all the money.
Come on, girls.
Excuse me, sir, but I died yesterday, and it occurs to me I never experienced Southern food. So send a possum to room 7. And, tell my daughter it's chicken.
And Grammy's win.
With me. Oh, really? Listen, I know one of the judges. Just keep telling the little bald guy he's been naughty.
Hello, my name is David Patton, and I'm looking for Mr. George Devereaux.
Yeah, I'll get him.
Oh, he's dead.
Went to get a jacket.
Thank you, Rose.
You know, we are so excited about what you two are doing. I'm sure it's going to turn out great.
Oh, I wish I was so sure.
What do you mean?
Well, I'm having second thoughts.
About what?
Well, when I met Blanche, I thought she would be the perfect model for the piece I had in mind. You know, sexy, sassy, exciting. Huh? But now...
Ma, what are you doing?
Filling sandbags, Dorothy. There's a hurricane a-coming.
A-coming?
That's right. 100%?
100%.
Tip-top?
Tip-top.
Then, Mr. 100% tip-top, why the hell does she feel like hell?
Look, Ma...
Wait, I gotta hear this.
It could be functional.
Functional?
Mental.
Mental. Well, let me tell you something, Mr. 100% tip. You marched through my front door, a total stranger, and asked for my daughter's hand in marriage without telling me 2 words about yourself.
What do you want to know?
Do you have any money?
Quite a bit, ma'am.
Your mother, is she still alive?
No.
She is now.
Just rest.
Rest? I could be history in 20 minutes. I got some things I have to tell you. The key to my safe deposit box, it's in my underwear drawer.
Ma,
Don't
please.
interrupt. Don't let your Aunt Renata come to the services. It's my death. She'll make it her moment.
Ma, look.
Dorothy, you were always my favorite. I want you to know that.
Sophia, I really appreciate you giving up your room. It's just so much more fun having the family here than at a hotel.
I bet you're pretty excited about the visit.
Oh, yes. And a little nervous.
Nervous?
Why on earth would you be nervous at your daughter and your granddaughter?
My friend Maria.
Grand. Just grand.
You know, Blanche, this is like a perfect family. Well, almost perfect. Maybe someday there'll be room for...
April, we are talking about one man who is probably sleeping.
You don't think I can recognize death? I lived in a retirement home. Death visited more often than children.
Rose, go on.
Well, I can't.
Why?
I'm afraid. You go.
Oh, no, I can't go in there. I have a thing
Years on this earth than most chickens do in a lifetime. Give me a break. I'm making this up as I go along. Above all else, that chicken was a great entertainer. And a great entertainer deserves to be remembered in a special way.
Yeah.
How do you do?
Nice to meet you. Liz,
Yes.
have to run. Sorry.
Oh.
Nice meeting you.
Listen, I'll catch up with you two later. When? Oh, we have so many running jokes. Well, but what brings you two here?
Oh, no thanks. We were in the neighborhood and we thought we'd, just...
Hey. What's this? I thought I canceled the flowers. I mean, it looks nice.
Sophia, you've got to stop this. Now, you're hurting Dorothy. Don't you love her?
Of course I love her.
Well, then why are you doing this?
Because
After a night of pillaging and raping, a Viking wants a little something to go with his cocoa.
Well, the smell got awful.
Yeah, just when you're about ready to throw up from the stench, that's when they're done. Who wants some?
Rose, if these had been offered to the Donner Party, they still would have eaten each other. Uncle Angelo, I have a confession to make.
Good. I get him a scotch and we go in the closet.
No, it's about Stan and me.
You know something, Dorothy? On your wedding day, Sophia told me she said that your marriage is never gonna last. That made me very sad.
Dorothy, guess what I have under my robe?
That guy from the circus?
No, Dorothy, my new swimsuit.
I'm wearing it to entice the muscular young men who are coming over to install my hot tub.
Was too nervous to eat much at dinner.
But I suppose the rest of the evening really built up an appetite.
Oh, hi! I didn't expect to see you girls up so late.
I'm just having a snack. Dorothy's the one having an affair at a motel.
Thank you, Rose.
Rose,
Hi, Gary, come on in.
I just wanted to drop off Blanche's earrings. They must have fallen off in my car the other night.
I'll get Blanche for you. She's in the kitchen.
No, don't do that. Actually, there's something I wanted to talk to you about.
What is it, Gary?
Rose, I find you very attractive.
In that case, bacon and eggs. Girls, I just don't know what I am going to do about Mr. Ted Tanner. If the man wants to colorize movies, let him colorize movies. It's show business, for God's sake.
Oh, thank you, Blanche. That was a great idea.
It's great bringing two idiots closer together.
I think that's the motto of the St. Olaf Telephone Company.
I'm getting nervous. Just think,
Oh, being this close to you is the biggest thrill of my life.
If you were any closer, there wouldn't be room for my car keys.
Mr. Hope, could we impose upon you to entertain for a few minutes?
Will I entertain? I didn't put this makeup on to go bowling.
$7 tip?
Don't be silly. I said a $7 tip. Why don't these people learn English if they're going to live here? This is Miami. I'd have less trouble getting around Ecuador. Oh, I'll get it. Harry.
Oh,
Hi.
my pretty.
Oh, Harry.
Me. See ya.
Ma, these are all checks from the government?
No, there's also an application for a gold card. Boy, word gets around fast.
I am so happy I finally got the chance to meet you.
I'm happy too. Rose,
She sees the portrait and is insulted. It looks nothing like her, and she storms out of his life forever. That peasant girl was me. And that painter was Pablo Picasso.
Do that.
Yes, I do. I've just been in dry dock. I'm back now. I'm suited up, coach. Put me back in the game. Okay, but you have to listen to everything I say. When I say jump, you say on who?
Lawn Flamingo.
In that case, we better tip the paper boy. What's with the photo album?
Oh, I'm doing a family history, and I'm going to need your help. You know, I think it's important to tell the grandchildren about their ancestors. Give them a sense of pride in those who came before them.
Even Uncle Nunzio?
Even...
I was going to ask you the same thing.
They're going to get married whether we like it or not. Do you like it?
No.
Me neither.
They're also going to have a baby, whether we like it or not. Do you want to see it?
Yes.
Me too. So what are we going to do?
What mothers have done since the beginning of time.
Apparently so.
I really appreciate all this.
Would you like to see pictures of him?
Very much.
Oh, yeah. Do you think it's easy to be cheerful around you two? You know how many of these stinking hot toddies I have to drink to keep on a happy face? Well, I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm not speaking to either of you.
And I'm not speaking to you either.
Me neither to either of you.
Fine.
Look, they put in a bunk bed and a chair. Oh, look, Dorothy, a chair. This isn't going to be so bad. This isn't going to be bad at all.
Yeah, well, I suppose.
Blanche, can we get out of here? It's starting to get dark.
You know, Dorothy, in some way...
Didn't find anything?
Oh, I found one job I wanted. I would have been perfect for it. But they told me I was too old.
What kind of job?
Assistant manager in a pet store. I don't know why they didn't hire me. I worked in a pet store in St. Olaf for 10 years. I mean, I was the one who thought up big squeaky toys for cows.
As you've said the same thing to me just that way ever since I was in the 3rd grade. That's sweet.
It's not sweet. It's pathetic. 52 years and you never stopped off anywhere. Get a life. So did you teach anybody anything today?
Well, I tried, but it seems...
Oh, how are we doing, ladies?
Well, to be honest, we're just a little nervous.
All right. Let's go over the plan one more time.
Check. At 1800 hours, we enter the suspect's domicile. At 1830 hours, we sit down to dinner. After wine is poured, at approximately 1840 hours, I begin telling...
Trudy's dead.
Please, everybody. It happened this morning when we were playing tennis. Trudy's heart just couldn't take it.
That's 2 weeks. You ought to see a doctor. Blanche is right. You should see a doctor.
It's just indigestion. And I'm a little tired from working hard.
Oh, come on, Rose. You're playing with your health here. You're crazy.
Oh, I'm crazy, am I? You think I'm crazy, do you? Well, I'll tell you something else. In St. Olaf, we don't believe in psych...
Hi, Rose. Let me change capes and we'll be on our way.
In my office, terrific. Now.
Say please, Mr. Producer. Little twerp. He was on my show when he was 5. He sat on my...
I'll move to it. But I need to go in the bathroom, Rose. I hate to go anywhere without my Actifed. Good morning.
I can't let you see my eyes. They look terrible from crying.
Rose, you couldn't possibly look terrible to me. I left my contact lenses in the bathroom.
And my monkey.
And a good-looking monkey it is.
Is it me or is that a traffic cone?
Jealous? Come on, Dorothy, we better get going. After our session, I have an important dinner meeting with some investors.
The dam upstream had broken, and this rush of water swept the bridge away. Larry saved my life. If it weren't for a mouse just like that little one in the kitchen, I wouldn't be sitting here today telling you this story.
Why, the wildest thing that ever passed through there was Ovaltine. But the best part of it was that hunk of a doctor who examined me. He's going to be in Florida in a few weeks.
Wherever she goes, she finds a man.
So do hookers.
You are kidding.
I'm afraid not. He's a damn fine doctor, too. I wish I were half the doctor he is. By the way, I'll be performing your surgery tomorrow.
I set off the smoke alarm.
How?
Cigarette.
Oh, no, thank you. I don't smoke. Now, how did you set off the alarm?
I smoked a cigarette, you amoeba. I'm sorry, Rose. I'm sorry. I'm just so upset that I started smoking again.
Well, why did you?
Why? You're not my mother.
I'm the mother of your children.
1,000 nights of begging. 3 times you said yes. For that you want a present? It's not enough they declared a national holiday?
That's Mama. She sees you looking like this, we'll never convince her to move in with us. Get moving. Move!
Made it run, made it race against time. Once I built a railroad, now it's done.
What are you looking for, Blanche?
Batteries. You know, I bought one of those subliminal self-esteem tapes, but my batteries are dead.
Oh, You don't need those trendy tapes, Blanche.
General terms, and I make up wild, crazy names for my patients, so there's no way she could know who I was talking about.
Yeah, but nevertheless...
Oh, my God, I'm in the way. I can go in the kitchen. Why don't I go in the kitchen? You know, I used to worry that I would miss something, but that was before Richie. He's making me so unneurotic. Don't talk about me, it'll kill me.
Which is why you had to marry that stupid, lazy, no-good pinhead of a prince. This man is a prince. Come in, Stan.
I'm sorry I'm late. The rain really tied up the traffic. Hi, girls.
Hi.
Hello, Mama Bear. Papa Bear.
Really think I should do that?
Kick him out. I know it sounds hard and cruel, Dorothy, but I've been reading about that very thing. It's called rough love.
No, I think it's tough love.
Well, see there, now we've both come up with something we ought to try.
About this. I told you he was younger.
Yes, but you sure didn't tell me he was white. No daughter of mine is marrying some skinny white boy.
In fact, except for the ring that you're wearing, nothing that you brought in here is worth anything.
How much for the ring?
$800.
Oh, I couldn't pawn this.
$900.
Take it, Dorothy.
No, I couldn't. This is the only nice thing that Stan ever gave me.
$1,000.
It's also the called me 1 hour before he's supposed to pick me up in his brand new two-tone Mercedes. He's canceled our date for tonight.
Well, he probably had a good reason.
Oh, he said he had to go and visit his sick mother in the hospital. Did you ever hear such a weak excuse?
His mother isn't in the hospital.
Well, of course she is, but he can visit her anytime. He can only see... Even worse than that. They are tearing down the place where I spent my happiest moments as a child.
Oh, I'm sorry, Blanche. They're tearing down Boys Town.
Dorothy, they are tearing down...
Prize for miracles.
Why do I even ask you?
I'm your mother. I'm going to tell you whether you ask me or not. By the way, the sleeves are too long.
No, I'll ask Rose to shorten them.
If you can find her. Ever since that guy hit town, she spends most of her time out polishing his shillelagh.
Ma, Rose and Bud...
Checked it out when I noticed him giving me the eye.
Blanche, have you ever met a man you didn't think was giving you the eye?
Once in 1976. But it was only 2 days later that Mr. President Jimmy Carter announced to the American people that he had secretly lusted in his heart. Well, we're just really proud of you, Rose.
And I'm sure, Rose, that there is nobody who deserves that award more than you do.
This is the captain speaking. We are about to begin our descent to St. Gustav Airport. At least I think it's the airport.
Take it easy, ladies. Don't get your support hose in a knot.
That does it. The party is over. Everybody out. 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 Not you. Out. It's really been lovely, and if anything is missing, I will give your names to every narc in this city. Oh, he says that.
Rose, do something.
Sold! Sorry, Dorothy, that's $500 for the Children's Hospital. I guess dreams really can come true.
Rose, why don't I get you something to drink? What would you like?
Ginger ale, if you have it.
All right. Oh, but first, I want to introduce you to two of my closest friends. Harv. Elise, it's my friend Rose. Take good care of him.
Hello. We were just having a little disagreement. Now, Harv, Moby Dick is about self-fulfilling prophecy.
And then finally it came time for the night of the recital. And there were 13 little girls up there with our little Shirley Temple curls and our little starched white pinafores and our little Mary Jane shoes. And then they opened the curtain and the music started and 12 little girls started to dance.
I dreamt my Uncle Giuseppe came down from heaven and was pointing a finger at me. I think it was a finger. And he was warning me if I did a certain thing, I wouldn't get into heaven.
What thing?
Try murder.
It was just a dream, Sophia.
It's not just the most colorful dust ball I've ever seen.
This is no dust bowl, Rose.
What do you think it is?
It's a rock. I think it may be some kind of charm.
It is. I learned it from my grandmother. You see, you put a specially painted rock beneath a person's bed to bring them around.
Caffeine, especially women our age, or our bones will get brittle and we'll walk all stupid.
That's calcium, Rose. Calcium, not caffeine. This is what has been keeping you awake.
You mean if I stop drinking that, I can sleep?
You may even blink again.
For that jacket, and before you walk out of here with it, why, there's something that I want to say to you.
What?
The zipper sticks a little.
Pardon me, excuse me, sir. Would it be possible for me to try that jacket on just for a minute?
No time, ma'am. Michael has to get to the concert.
Look, you...
She's outside. She's bartering with the cabbie, you know. Imagine a man who would take cash over a rooster.
Well, tell us now what brings you all to Florida.
Well, we are here to take our daughter back to Sicily for her wedding.
Yeah, but Gina came with you.
Gina is not out.
Do that.
Yes, I do. I've just been in dry dock. I'm back now. I'm suited up, coach. Put me back in the game.
Okay, but you have to listen to everything I say. When I say jump, you say on who?
Help Blanche with the hors d'oeuvres.
What time's the birthday girl getting here?
I told Roberta to be here at 2 o'clock.
You think she suspects anything?
Please, the woman is 88. She still tries to find gun smoke on Sunday nights. Dorothy, why don't you get the cake and we'll take all these things into the living room?
Good idea.
Really, really careful.
Dorothy Stan's here to see you.
Hi, everybody. Sorry to barge in on your meal.
Oh, it's all right, Stanley. Would you like some spaghetti? It's really delicious.
Did you make it?
No.
I'd love some.
I changed my mind. I was wrong to ask for all those gifts.
Dorothy, you see, I knew she'd come to her senses.
I decided cash is better. That way I can buy exactly what I want.
I'll get my purse.
No, Blanche, I'm not going to let you do that. I've been doing a lot of thinking, and if after all...
Man, I can be with you now, if that's still what you want.
Oh, that's all I've ever wanted. But you have to promise me never to leave me again.
Well, sweetheart, I might have to for a little while. Back on my farm in Pennsylvania, I still have an order in for 13 windmills.
His name, but I'll give you a clue. I know what the F stands for in William F. Buckley.
Does someone want to drive me to the hospital?
Your appointment's not for 3 hours.
Well, I'd like to get there early. But if you don't want to take me, I'll go without you. I might as well get used to being by myself.
You know, I'd get up there and tell a few jokes about the teachers, about the cafeteria food. Ma, do you remember, you call this tapioca?
Timeless.
The kids really liked me. I mean, they laughed. I felt great. Oh, from her mouth. Dorothy. Gloria.
Oh, my little girl. I'm sorry I'm late.
Oh, no. I understand. Buses. Won't you sit down?
It's a small world after all.
Of all the saloons and gin joints in the world, she had to walk into mine.
Ma, I've been looking everywhere for you. We really need to talk.
Strongly recommend.
Yes. I owe you a beer.
I'm gonna go make a few phone calls. I'd like to see some friends before we go back tomorrow.
Where are you going?
Back to school.
Flying?
Yeah.
You'd be safer hitching.
Oliver, don't start.
Hey, I'm a test pilot. Who knows better than I what goes on up there?
Oliver, I don't...
Blanche.
Well, you hurt me with what you said. Oh, Dorothy, let me get you somebody hot off my A-list. Somebody tall, good-looking, goes with everything.
Doug?
How about about an ex-race car driver, speaks 5 languages, has 3 car dealerships, has a slight limp so he can only dance in a circle, but that works. We are never going to speak to you again.
Right.
Gotcha.
Very, very convincing, Black.
Well, I can't take all the credit. I didn't have
Me. Meets a man of science. He gives me classified documents. I give him, well, a peek at the hinterland. It's an epic love till it falls to shambles in utter deception.
He wasn't a man of science.
He wasn't a man.
Ma, do you know what time it is? You're what? Oh, the hell you are. Listen, you are not spending the night at Rocco's. Look, as long as you live under our roof, you will abide by our rules. Obviously, the scale is broken.
I'm not surprised after that kind of punishment.
All right, Rose, you think you're so tiny? Why don't you get weighed?
Oh, I don't need to, Dorothy. I never gain weight.
Show us, Rose.
Well, okay, but I can promise you I weigh exactly the same as I did on my wedding day.
You passion beyond your wildest dreams.
Dorothy, it's over between us.
Blanche!
Dorothy, now don't try to stop me. Don't you see I have to try this?
So that's it. You're willing to give us the Donatello triplets if we put your new boyfriend in the show.
That's blackmail.
That's show business. Hi, girls. How's everything going?
Awful. Kent Ferguson canceled. We don't have an MC for the talent show.
We don't even have
Thank you for a lovely afternoon, Gary. I hope I see you again real soon.
You can count on it.
Yeah.
Bye, Gary. Well, you and Gary certainly seem to have hit it off.
Well, why shouldn't we? The man's perfect. He only owns the most successful chain of funeral homes in Greater Miami.
Morning.
Oh, that sounds so hard. Thank God I was pretty.
Dorothy, I'm sorry I won't be able to quiz you. Jake and I are due at the Hubbards, but I have a book here that should help you prepare for your Jeopardy tryout.
The St. Olaf High School yearbook? No. Thanks anyway.
Hey, that remedy's been in our family for generations.
And it always works?
Always. Of course, I never saw anyone eat it before. Usually, you just throw a glop on the vaporizer.
Oh, Rose. Happened to you, although none as horrible as what you just described. Ah, there you are. Ma, I scheduled the appointment for your checkup. Ma, you know you have to have a physical. What do you want me to do? Take you to court? Have you declared incompetent?
I'm not incompetent. Once when
Orange juice, Ma.
Yeah, I could use some of that. I think I might be coming down with a cold.
Well, it doesn't come as a surprise. I mean, you've spent every afternoon this week standing stark naked in a cold, windy studio.
Oh, I didn't catch cold at Laszlo's studio, Dorothy. Laszlo keeps me too warm for that. Too warm and too tingly. Warm.
I won't go if you don't want me to, but I do want to go, so can I?
Would your mother let you go?
No.
Then go.
Thank you. Oh, you're the best. I'll see y'all later.
Isn't she something? I'm really proud of her. Now, if I could just manage to rope myself a doctor that easily, it'd be enough.
Talk about you. We didn't have to go out on a date to do that.
You think I'm boring?
No, sweetheart. I think you're fantastic. With a guy like me, a little fantastic goes a long way. I mean, look what we got now. Every couple of weeks, you call me when one of your boyfriends don't show up. I tell you,
72.
Wait a minute. How much does he weigh now, Ma?
68.
Sorry, Coach Rose, I tried.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, you said to take...
Would be lost. It's wonderful seeing you again. I'd forgotten how charming, how vivacious, how lovely.
2 nights and a rabbi walked into a bar. And the first one said,
You here for a reason, or did you just come for the free food?
Ma, please, the man is a guest in our home. What the hell do you want, Stanley?
Well, it seems the IRS found a few discrepancies in my tax returns, so I think we may have a slight problem.
Stanley, we have not been together for a long time.
Ensure that she would win the job as his assistant. Then she got the other key to the room from that woman there. She rushed up to the room. She tore off her clothes.
That's Velcro. It just gives the illusion of a tear.
She flung her dress on the bed. She slipped into a negligee and
I can't be Jewish.
I'll be damned. The black guy is prejudiced.
Well, this information will have no bearing on my getting into the Daughters of the Old South. I'll just lie.
Oh, Blanche, this is ridiculous. Why should you have...
Rose, we have to talk.
Forget it, Sophia. I'm not talking to you. What you did is the worst thing you've ever done to me.
Oh, come on. Worse than the time I buried...
It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. Good stuff, huh? It was the age of wisdom. It was the age of foolishness. It was the epic of belief. It was the epic of incredulity. It was the season... Thanks, Mom.
Okay, girls, I'm ready.
Well, Rose, do I look like the mayor of Palm Springs?
Same here. Ma, I have a little surprise for you. Girls.
It's Blanche and Rose. Where's the surprise?
Honey, we're your surprise. We came to see...
What you said applies to me, too. My whole life has just been one lie after another. I realize now I was doing it just to get attention. I think maybe it's finally time for me to stop.
Oh, Mr. Meyer, that's wonderful.
Marvelous. Let's get going. I could have walked to New York by now.
Oh, Dr. Escobar.
She took a leave of absence from her job so that she could take care of him. But she's not going to be able to afford that much longer. The family's discussed sending him to New York. He has a nephew who's a doctor there and can give him special care. And Ma, Sandra says that...
Okay. First, I start to yawn a little. Then I put my hands up over my head like
Oh,
this.
Blanche, I know that. When you end up with your arm around me.
Yeah, but that's just the first part. Did you know that if you blow right on the tip of a man's earlobe...
Lamar Zbornak. Why don't we just pin a kick me sign on the kid? It's Roger.
Lamar.
Roger.
Lamar.
Roger. Lamar. Roger.
Fabulous. I'm looking forward to Thanksgiving already.
We're just happy to be with you when you get your little plaque.
Oh, Blanche, it's more than a plaque. In St. Olaf, it's the highest honor. We all think of it as a reminder that no matter how bad things may be in the rest of the world, St. Olaf is still a place that's filled with honest people leading honest lives.
At least for the next $8.
Dorothy, you owe me an apology. Your ad's right here.
Oh, Rose, this is the personals column.
So what?
So what? You put an ad in the personals column that said I will do anything for $8 an hour?
Sad. Well, that's no excuse. Daddy obviously doesn't know what he's doing. He's lost his grip on reality.
Oh, honey, maybe it's not as serious as you think. Maybe he's just going through a stage.
My father is not off on some crazy lark, Dorothy. He sold our house and our land and everything he spent his lifetime building.
In the grand scheme of things, it's not so terrible to wait 38 years to make your first big mistake.
It wasn't my first mistake.
What?
Remember the chain link fence retailers convention in Atlantic City in 1957?
Oh, my God. You had an affair at the convention.
No, there was no convention.
My name's Biff. I'm a drifter. My story isn't a pretty one, but it's one that needs to be told. It was 1950.
Okay. All we've done is fight for the last 3 weeks. What do you say we call a truce?
Okay, a truce.
Oh, hi. Hi, Tony.
You know him?
Know him? He's my boyfriend.
That's my new roommate.
Wait a minute. My super terrific hearing detects a visitor. It's Mr. Policeman, disguised as Mr. Mailman. Why don't I find...
Honey, why don't you stay here? You can share my room. It's certainly easier than arguing with her.
Right.
I'd like you to meet my two dearest friends. This is Rose,
Hello.
Blanche.
Hello.
My sister, Gloria.
Welcome to Miami.
Oh, well, thank you. Oh, Gloria, Sophia's told us so much about you.
I'm going over there to kill her. I'll be back in time for Wheel of Fortune. Open up, you tramp. I know you're in there.
Who is it?
You can run, but you can't hide.
Run, I can barely
Fly into a mountain.
That would be a good example of a mishap.
Rose, do me a favor. Fasten your seatbelt. Over your mouth.
Rose, why don't we use our time constructively and work on your eulogy? Now, what are you planning to say, honey?
I don't know. I'll probably stop. What?
Well, my wife never remarried after the divorce, and I never stopped loving her, Rose.
I see.
Now, Rose, I have to give this a shot. I really think I can make things work.
Oh, I hope you can, Ernie.
I know this is sudden, but it's something I really need to try.
Oh, I understand.
Hi.
Hello, Stan.
Come on in. I ordered up some refreshments. After all.
Very nice.
And you know what else was nice about that day? That was my first kiss.
Mine too.
Go get them, Dorothy. Whip their butts.
Day parade! Here is your parade leader's hat. Mr. Music, if you please.
Nerves get a bit jangled at these events. Perhaps you would care to discuss one of my paintings?
That would be lovely.
Good, good. Now, shall we start here? Now, do you see how I echo Monet with my brush strokes?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yes. And do you see how I show darkness with single points of light?
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
Rose, what are you doing?
I'm diapering a turkey.
And I'll smile.
Oh, Ma, that was very sweet.
Just lovely, Sophia. Sophia, can you ever forgive me for all those ugly things I said?
Of course I can. It was said in the heat of the battle.
You know, if I had it all to do over again, I'd let you have Fidel.
Oh, you're so generous.
They're called Longenhölden.
What is called Longenhelden?
The helmet with the horns.
Why, for 2 seconds?
Wait, girls!
This terrible news indeed, but it is good luck for all of us that we ran into each other. It so happens I know a shortcut to the palace.
Oh, really?
Yes, through my den. There's a service entrance in the rear.
Oh, thank you.
Fox.
Thank you so much.
We'll never forget this.
Come on, Big Daddy. Sit down here on the sofa betwixt us.
Betwixt?
See, that's another word you don't know. You probably don't even know the thrice of them are sitting on the couch together.
Big Daddy, what's this surprise now? Tell me before I burst.
Your daughter is a very good player, Sophia. She must have picked it up from you, huh?
How do you know I'm a good bowler?
Because you were so good at bocce ball. Remember, we played together once?
Oh, yeah, after the grape harvest. Boy, that was a nice afternoon.
Would they want your clothes?
Who knows? Short girl robber, travels a lot, likes strip drive. It's okay, I'm thrilled. I hated my clothes. I need new clothes.
They didn't take them, Ma. You hid them. Now, where are your clothes?
Maybe nice cover.
It's true, Sophia. I need a new bed. My old one is falling apart. The prices are outrageous. The bed I
Churches, and then a separate Protestant heaven with people and cows and horses. And then a Jewish heaven with libraries and furriers.
You're starting to annoy me. You shouldn't annoy a sick person.
Oh, Sophia, I'm sorry.
Rose. Look, Rose,
This is my daughter, Dorothy. She's an English teacher.
And you are...
Linda Ronstadt. I'm doing the Pirates of Penzance across town.
the feed store.
Worse. I fed BBs to my prize lamb Harlan so he'd weigh in heavier at the county fair.
Oh, my God, Rose, how do you sleep at night?
I knew it was wrong all along, but I wanted to win first prize. And I would have.
The one who had her nose done. Oops, sorry, Rose.
I don't believe you two kept that secret from me. Rose, why didn't you tell me?
Well, you're always so critical about those kinds of things.
I am not.
I'm sorry.
How much did it cost you?
$700.
Boy, you were gypped.
Tell me, how many of me do you see?
We're twins. We're here to see Blanche.
I guess she's back on the vitamins. Come on in.
Oh, good evening, Rob.
Hello, Blanche.
Well, Rob, you didn't tell me your brother Bob was a twin.
You didn't tell me your roommate was...
I'm going to find Mangiacavallo. I wanted to see the tasty little morsel he let slip through his fingers.
Where's Doug?
Oh, he's checking our coats. Blanche, I want to thank you. You know, he's really a very nice guy.
Well, that's fine for you, but I don't know why I even came. This is the last time I ever date a doctor. And Matt gives into enemies, jealousy. Huh, I ought to know. You see, I was a devastatingly beautiful child. Pink cheeks, cute little button nose, red ruby lips, adorable little ringlet curl.
I was the tallest baby in the history of New York and had a rash on my head till I was...
Hello.
Wow, aren't you Tiffany Blaine? The lady on Grab That Dough who stands in front of stuff and does this.
Yes,
I just got a special delivery letter from St. Olaf. Uh-oh. It's from the Department of Water and Coffee.
Coffee?
No, thanks. It makes me jumpy.
Now, what the hell is going on?
Let me tell you something I've never told a living soul. When I was unconscious, hovering between life and death,
I began a journey toward a great white light. Along the way were all the people who went before me. I saw my parents. I saw your father. I saw the Ritz brothers.
Well, that's that. Anything else you need me to straighten out for you?
No, Ma. So tell me, how was the wedding?
Beautiful. Until the bride lifted her veil. I shudder to think what was under that dress. And it's touching how that Great Dane is paying its respects.
Offered us a drink. That is, until one of the truckers noticed my wedding band. Well, I was so stunned I couldn't speak. But Becky Sue spoke right up. She said, "Oh, that's all right. She's a widow."
Oh, Blanche, you poor baby.
I know. You can bet the next time I decided to party when George was out of town on business, I left that wedding ring at home.
Boy, was I embarrassed when I showed up for handball with Walter Cronkite. By the way, if you ever run into Walt, don't tell him he looks like Captain Kangaroo.
Miami's most glamorous anchor man is coming here. Oh, I'm gonna go freshen up. If his
Please, I know you don't owe it to me, and I'll leave if you really want me to, but I'm just asking for a minute to speak to you. Won't you just give me that?
Wonder how he's gonna try and talk his way out of this one.
Doesn't matter. I know my sweet. It's the extra dry treat. Won't you try extra dry Rhino beer?
Well, I'm glad to see my mother's illness hasn't upset you all.
Look, Kirsten.
Look, just never mind. How's my mother?
We don't know. They have her in ICU. They're waiting for the surgery.
Mr. Thurber, I don't believe I quite understand your problem.
Well, then I guess I don't have a problem.
Mr. Thurber, this is a crisis center. I'm a trained counselor.